Daniel Dubois is one of the brightest young stars in boxing's heavyweight division. After some massive wins,
Benny Miller are put down against the ropes.
Oh, big shot, big baby, gonna get big time knockdown. Dubois, sensational finish here, and it's done.
and a recent KO victory over Anthony Joshua, the IBF heavyweight champion has turned into a force to be reckoned with. And if his absurd 95% KO rate wasn't intimidating enough, he has the technical skills to impose his will on anyone standing across the ring. Dubois sets himself apart thanks to a combination of ring generalship, physical conditioning, and the aforementioned firepower.
Early. And he's looking to put him away again in this opening round, and he goes down for a second time.
But the key to making it work? His jab. All of his best work inside the squared circle is built by that piston-like jab. So when Dubois' lead hand is moving and slamming into the opponent's face, dynamite is primed to go off. Once Dubois puts the opponent behind this jab, the pressure not only bloodies their nose, but it also wears down their mental and physical condition. It's extremely difficult for most fighters to move backwards and find their rhythm while they're being hit in the mouth. And this is especially true for the big men at heavyweight. And it isn't long before they lose their breath and their game plan. So, let's take a closer look at how Dubois uses his jab and footwork to break down his opponents in the ring. From the opening bell, Dubois wastes no time asserting his dominance. Unlike fighters who rely solely on explosive one-punch power, Dubois applies it steadily. It's a methodical pressure that relentlessly pushes opponents backwards and forces them into uncomfortable positions. His size and strength are evident, but it's how he uses these tools in combination with a well-conditioned engine that truly makes his pressure so punishing. Since the jab is one of the cornerstones of Dubois' style, it's not just a lazy lead hand, it's a stiff, fast, and deceptive punch that keeps his opponents guessing. And it's the lack of a telegraph or load-up that makes it so effective. Dubois snaps it out with quick, subtle mechanics, often catching opponents off guard by sticking them with it in between beats, and by throwing them off their rhythm. This jab isn't just a scoring punch either, it's a tool for control. It sets the pace of the fight, disrupts the opponent's timing, dictates where they move in the ring, and creates openings for the heavier shots that follow.
He's in survival mode at the minute. Trevor Bryan, there's a great shot from Daniel Dubois!
So, let's break down the mechanics of Dubois' jab. First, his stance is balanced, which allows for a quick and smooth extension of the lead arm. Notice how his shoulder subtly rises to protect his chin when he throws the jab, minimizing his exposure. His torso rotates just enough to generate snap without telegraphing, and his rear foot pivots slightly. The jab's speed and impact comes from this chain of movements, a coordinated effort between legs, hips, torso, and arm, rather than brute strength alone. This allows him to throw multiple jabs in a row and still have the same snap on them. So, in the ring, this jab serves multiple functions. Not only does it score points and disrupt the opponent's offense, but it also wears down their guard and can even deal serious damage.
The left hook finding the target.
Opponents have to keep their hands up to block or parry and move their feet to get out of harm's way. This slowly breaks them down over the course of a few rounds and opens holes to land big power shots later in the fight, if the opponent even lasts that long. Another critical element of Dubois' approach is his ability to cut off the ring. Instead of chasing opponents around the perimeter, he uses intelligent footwork and positioning to methodically close down the available space. By controlling the angles and limiting escape routes, he forces opponents to stand and stay in front of him, leading to their only option being exchanging blows. And with the opponent stuck in the pocket, Dubois has ample time to use his blistering speed and stopping power. This ring generalship starts with his spatial awareness. Dubois is always in good shape, and his strength and size can simply bully a lot of opponents into going where he wants the fight to take place. But he also has intelligent footwork that he can deploy against world title level competition. He steps in with precise, calculated foot placement, moving diagonally or laterally rather than straight forward to cut off those escape lanes. This technique leads to fewer counter opportunities for the opponent, and it creates an energy-sapping state of dread as they rush to escape the pressure. Dubois' conditioning is the engine that powers his style. Keeping relentless pressure up for 12 rounds requires supreme cardiovascular fitness and muscular endurance, especially with his 6'5", 250-pound frame. His training emphasizes high-intensity interval work and strength conditioning. These enable him to maintain a high work rate without losing power or precision. This level of conditioning is what allows him to keep up his fast jab and aggressive footwork late into fights. One of the most interesting tricks is how he will start every round as close to center ring as possible. By doing this, he's essentially claimed the territory before the round even starts. This leads to things like this, where Dubois is starting the round in the center of the ring, while his opponent is still standing in their corner. Beyond these physical tools, Dubois combines his pressure with mental toughness and fight IQ. His relentless pressure isn't just physical, it's a psychological weapon. Constantly being pushed back, cut off, and jabbed at wears down an opponent's confidence. Fighters start second-guessing their timing, hesitating before throwing punches, or making mistakes that Dubois exploits with devastating counters. Dubois' jab and pressure open some big shots. Opponents start getting a beat on his jab, so he leads with a long hook. When a guy like Anthony Joshua feels like he has Dubois hurt and moving backwards, the excitement can lead to a loading up on big power punches to knock someone out. There have been multiple knockouts for Dubois that have come from simply beating his opponent to the punch, with beautiful short shots placed on the chin. In summary, Daniel Dubois' pressuring style is built on 4 pillars: his physicality, elite conditioning, lightning fast and stiff jab, and controlling the geography of the ring. These elements work together to physically wear down opponents while breaking their will and confidence as well. For those looking to improve their own boxing, focusing on these core areas, jab mechanics, ring control, conditioning, and mental toughness, can take you a long, long way. Understanding how Dubois breaks down his opponents gives us a window into what it takes to be a world champion in modern heavyweight boxing. It's not just about power or speed alone. It's about the intelligent application of pressure, patience, and precision. By learning from his approach, boxers at all levels can enhance their game and become formidable competitors. So, next time you watch Dubois step into the ring, pay close attention to the subtle art behind his relentless pressure. The jab that snaps out before you know it, the footwork that corners without chasing, and the stamina that allows him to be dangerous outside of the first couple of rounds. These skills, along with his confidence, continue to improve every time Dubois competes. And it's those things that make Dynamite a unique force in boxing today. For the Modern Martial Artist, this has been Coby McKinley, wishing you happy training.